First to American Samoa, where the island is now reporting its first ever case of COVID-19. Here's Ariane Torres joining us live from our EBC American Samoa Bureau. Hello, Ariane.
Hi, Alma. Good evening there in the Philippines, and Talofa, and good morning here in American Samoa.
Yes.
After a long year of being COVID-free, American Samoa case being handled properly, says Governor Lemanu Peletimawa. American Samoa governor has appealed to the public not to panic over a man who tested positive for COVID-19 after being repatriated. According to Lemanu Maunga, the man who arrived with his family on a repatriation flight from Hawaii last Wednesday tested positive for the coronavirus on Friday. He said the traveler had earlier tested negative for the 3 COVID-19 tests in Honolulu. The first test done locally resulted in a non-infectious positive father and family that have been isolated from repatriation group to a separate facility for 14 days. The governor said medical personnel had responded and followed all necessary protocols for quarantining and handling the positive case. Repatriation group still under quarantine at local hotel here in American Samoa for 7 days at discretion of the medical team. Governor Lemanu urged the public to be assured that the government is following proper procedures in handling this case. Let's listen in to the interview earlier from Dr. Ifeli John Tafa of Department of Health.
One tested positive, and according to our protocol, we will then take another sample and then give this test to be tested with the Gene Expert machine. And after that confirmatory test, it was confirmed that this individual is a positive case. So yes, we do have somebody that tested positive here. And our process is, if you test positive, in quarantine, we will remove you and your family into isolation, which is here at the alternate care facilities in Tafuna.
From listening to the governor's statement, it sounds like the person that tested positive was part of a larger group.
Yes, it was him and the family. We try to keep all family units together so that once their exposure risk or level is about the same, similar. And that's the same thing that happened here. We made sure that these passengers are pretty much isolated until that first test is done. So this family and the passenger that did test positive, we made sure that they were isolated and before the test happened. There are some times when we have what we call residual or persistent positive testing, where an individual can test positive previously, and evidence has shown that could go up to 3 months, even longer, that they're still shedding the RNA material of the virus, even though they've already recovered and they are no longer infectious. So that does happen, and we suspect that this case is exactly what that is.
Alma, and that is Dr. Ifeli John Tafa from Department of Health, earlier interview with local radio station here in American Samoa.
Ariane, how is school now? I know besides reporting for EBC, you're also a teacher over there. Can you tell us the situation?
So far, we're still on Code Blue, and Code Blue means na we're still going to face-to-face pa rin. Wala pang masyadong restriction with the Code Blue, and so far, lahat from repatriation flight na, this is the third group actually, and then lahat sila nagpa-quarantine pa rin so far. And then magre-release sila right after 7 days, like we mentioned earlier. And then yung nag-positive, 14 days sila nasa quarantine site, which is Department of Health facility. So sa ngayon, medyo normal pa yung lahat. And then we will wait for more declaration from the government.
All right. Thank you very much, Ariane, for your report, and do take care.
Reporting from American Samoa, this is Ariane Torres. We live in interesting time.